So I just recorded this video, and I'm like almost 9.5 minutes into it, and then guess what happens? My screen freezes and I lose it. Don't you just love when that happens? I mean, it's like, if it were just like a few minutes or something, it wouldn't be so bad, but over 9 minutes of me pouring my heart out of crap that nobody really cares about anyway, and then I lose it. So that's typical me. I'm not even going to go over the stuff that I just went over in that last video, because like I said, a lot of it was probably crap anyway. So we'll try again. This will be take 3 because I messed up on the first one. So right now I've got my Steelers gear on. Mom just bought me these here recently, and my sister bought me this awesome t-shirt, so yeah. And I did not ask for the t-shirt. Her and Mom were looking at him and she's like, "You want this?" I'm like, "No, don't buy me that." Like, you want to buy me something? Wait till they put out the pink jerseys, and I have the pink Polamalu jersey because I really want one, and they're usually like $30, so I haven't been able to afford one. And that was last year, you know, so it's like I've never really... Whenever I splurge, I usually regret it. It's like that one night stand where you regret it in the morning. And I mean, there used to be a time where I would feel guilty about just buying a thing of floss for myself, because I just felt so guilty that I wasn't helping out, and I was taking like $4, whatever, $4.50, and buying that. So it's like, that's how lame-o I am. Right now I'm just really tired. I haven't been feeling good off and on today, but it's just the normal afternoon sickies. Right now I can't wait to go down to my grandparents' house and watch a new 2.5 Men. We haven't had cable here now in quite some time, and while it can really be a pain not to have cable just because you like miss your favorite shows and stuff, and it's not like I'm a big TV watcher anyway, but it's also hard when you're bored and you just want something to do, and I'm really good at flipping channels, so I kind of miss that. But yet it's nice to have some quiet too, and trying to unplug a lot of stuff around the house to bring the electric bill down, because it's been up there pretty good, and right now it's just everything's kind of tight, even with Brittany working, and I've been laid off now for over a month, so I'm kind of having a hard time, and my unemployment's kind of thrown off this time, and it won't be fixed up till next month if I am able to go on the next tier or whatever, so I gotta wait and see how that works out. But I'm seriously gotta start looking, updating that application today, and a friend of mine had actually suggested about doing an online stuff and everything and getting paid like that, but if I do that, that'll throw my unemployment off, so I don't know. I'm up in arms right now over this. I never did send any of my writings out to the record companies like I was going to. I'm afraid that if I do, that I'm just going to get lost in the shuffle, like I'm sure a lot of people have worried about, and a lot of people probably had happen to them. I actually wouldn't mind moving to someplace where like there's a label ad, or even like a studio where I could record at. For me, I'm one of these people, and if anybody watches this and is interested, please contact me, but I'm one of these people that I can listen to an artist and then I can write a song for him or her, just as long as I hear their voice and everything. It's enough that I can kind of do and everything for their kind of vocal range, whatever. And even like with music, there's times like I'll hear a song on the radio and I'll be like, ooh, wait a minute, I can take and put different words to that music and everything. You know, I hear something, when I hear that song, I hear something different in my head from what is actually playing on the radio, because I can take just music, no vocals, just music, everything, no lyrics, whatever, and everything, just the music itself and everything, and I can put lyrics to it, and I love it. It usually... I haven't written here in a while to write an actual song. I've been writing poems for people, not anything real major, but just gifts and stuff. But I can usually, if it's a good day and I've got a song that's really like there and it won't leave me alone, I can write a song in about 5 minutes. Music not accompanied. It's not accompanied by music because I can't read music and I can't play an instrument. I tried picking up the guitar, and guitar didn't pick up me, evidently, because I just couldn't do that. I've tried, the only thing I can play on the keyboard is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I would love to learn chopsticks. I don't know what the fascination is with that, but there's a fascination there. So, I kind of can't do that, but I've been writing songs for almost 20 years now. I know I go over this an awful lot, and that's where it's at for me. And it's like, even with like the vocal problems that I have, even if I can't sing the songs, I would love to give them to somebody else, and I know that the royalties, there's a lot of a thing there, even that the royalties aren't as great, you know, and you would have to really be big to make it an actual job. But I would love to just tinker around with stuff. I really would. And a friend of mine told me that Sarah's Journey, well, hey Art, and everything. Anyway, love you, buddy. I hope you're doing alright. And he said about reading Sarah's Journey and everything, it felt more like a movie, you know, rather than just a story and everything. It sounded more like a movie. I don't know if you want to say so much a script and everything, but like a thing for a movie. And I think that's kind of maybe where my head was at. It took me over 6 years to write Sarah's Journey, and it definitely was a journey. I think that it was like me taking her journey and going along with her on the journey and everything, and it was a lot of fun, but it was also a pain as well. But it definitely turned into something pretty interesting, and I would love to see it up on the screen. I think that would be awesome. And who knows, maybe someday somebody will read it and say, you know, hey, let's give this a try, you know, or maybe they'll read Hazel I Smell and say, hey, I really like these lyrics here, and maybe we could do something with this. You never really know. Come on, Roxy, get in here. Come on. Roxanne's gonna try out her singing career too. She can do one of those barking jingles or something, the jingle bells, whatever, for Christmas and everything, and she's definitely very vocal. Yes, I've been drinking a lot of Wawa, and, excuse me, I've been peeing over the moon, which is no fun at all when you can't go anywhere without having to pee, and then you take the dog, and you go downtown, and you have to pee, and it's like, what do I do with the dog? I can't just make her disappear into thin air and then bring her back when I want her. I went to walking here the other day when I went to the cemetery, and I had to pee really bad, and I don't even remember how far we were into the walk, and I thought, oh man, I am not turning back. I'm going up there, and it's like, oh man. And it's like, they don't make trees big enough, and I kept looking, and I'm like, okay, maybe, just maybe, I'll run across somebody that I know, and just see if they can watch a dog long enough for me to go into some place and everything. People could come back out, say thank you, and go on. No, not a chance. Got by the manor and everything, and I go to Mrs. Kopic's one and wave to her, and my aunt was in, my great aunt was in visiting my Uncle Mike, and I was waving at her and waving at him and everything, and it's like, but oh man, of course Ethel couldn't have handled her anyway and everything. Ethel has her own little doggy, and I think she has fun with Muffins. So, but anyway. But we have a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get down to town again. I don't know what as cold as it's getting, if we'll make it there or not, but I really want to go. If any of you are from the area, you know where the Lookout's at. And to walk here, and you figure I'm just a few houses up from the police barracks going out in West Creek and everything. I don't know if you could call it the new police barracks anymore, really, because it's been here so long, but to go from there and to go up to the Lookout would be really nice. And I don't know, I was going to ride down with my mom to work and then walk from there to kind of cut some of that out so that it wouldn't take so much, because going uphill, and me and uphill don't work very well, and even just to walk the dog out here along the highway, just going straight, the no hills, I'm really feeling the burn. I don't do stretches before I go out, and I don't do stretches when I get back. Well, I shouldn't say that I've never done that, because I used to try and do that a little bit before I'd get on the treadmill. I just never saw anything with it. I've never really had any problems, you know. But now with the way that my leg's been burning, I don't know. I would assume to feel the burn is a good sign to anybody out there. You want to, like, throw out, you know, suggestions, ideas, whatever, make a comment, it'd be really nice. I just never felt motivated enough, and so I just never got into that. But anyway, so the dress still doesn't fit. This isn't an update for today, as in like I tried it on this morning, because It's too depressing to keep trying the dress on. I have enough depressing things in my life. I don't need to keep putting the dress on and reminding myself how much of a wide load I am. I was actually thinking about going down and seeing if I could try in my grandfather's suit. He already has a suit picked out that he's going to be buried in when he dies, and of course my grandmother teased down there the day that I said about when to wear the dress, and finally found it, and he didn't even know where we were going because of the way his memory is, but she said about him wearing the suit, and I said if he's going to wear the suit I definitely have to wear a dress, and she said well she didn't know if he could even get a button. She was teasing about his weight, and it's like, well, so, because he said he didn't know how I was going to lose all that weight so fast, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'll go down and I'll try on the suit and see if I could wear the suit, and I'll wear a suit down to the party rather than a dress, and we'll put him in the dress. And I had to tell him I think he's even too broad up there and everything. I don't think he can wear it either. Not that he has man boobies or anything, but he's kind of wide too, so I don't want anybody to think that my grandfather has man boobies, because that's just a little too disgusting. It really is. It's just not right. And, but anyway, now that I'm like, yeah, things that make you go, ugh. Anyway, so, but, I think I'm going to get ready to close this. I want to go down and play cards. The big thing with us and my family is playing cards. I don't know if anybody else gets really into this or not. My grandmother and I have been playing a lot of Skippo. We really love our Skippo. My favorite game is probably, well, I'm kind of torn. I love Scrabble. I'm a Scrabble fanatic. I wanted the Diamond Scrabble and I wasn't able to afford it, and my grandmother got me like it wasn't cheap and everything. I mean, it wasn't going cheap when I opened it up, but it was a different kind of version of Scrabble. I mean, it's the same thing, but it's like one of those addition things, but it wasn't the same. But I love it anyway. I love my Scrabble. Michigan Rummy. I really love Michigan Rummy. And it's not the gambling that gets me. It's a lot of fun. And the more people you get in on it, it's so much fun. I love Skippo, obviously. I'm a big dork who would actually sit down, and I'm going to be 28 now in the next month, and I would sit down and play Candyland. I love it. I remember taking it to school. My name's still in the box. I still have my game. And Candyland is so much fun. It really is. I haven't played Battleship in a long time. I'm not too keen on that. I'm not a Monopoly fanatic, though I do think the special edition Monopolies are neat. But I'm just not very good at that. I don't have the patience to sit there for that long and everything, and I'm not very good with math, so that becomes a pain. Life takes too long. I have a life of my own to live. I don't need to be putting pegs in the car and stuff, even though I'm imagining that a baby peg would be a lot easier to push out than a baby bowling ball. But anyway, so that's going to be my question for the day, and anybody that watches this, please post it, you know, under the below. And everything. What's your favorite game? Whether it be whether it be a board game, card game, whatever it is, what's your favorite game? Oh, and outside, I love playing, I call it croquet. I love croquet. We used to play badminton all the time. I love that. Volleyball. I love baseball, basketball. Basketball is my all-time favorite. I haven't played kickball in a long time. I used to love dodgeball. My all-time favorite game in school was dodgeball. Just played this wicked game of dodgeball last night, and everything in my dream is like this funky dream and stuff, and it was so weird, and I'm not getting into that because it's so weird. And the dog's singing, and so I have to go, and this is too long. Anyway, I love you guys. God bless you. Peace out, man.